Hi Girl Scouts, I'm Miss Lowry.
And I'm Ellie.
And we're going to read you some books about strong women who have courage, confidence, character. A Girl Scout has it all in her. Courage, confidence, character. A Girl Scout has it all in her. The first book is by about our founder, Juliette Gordon Lowe, also known as
Daisy.
Daisy. We've got some daisies here to remind you of her nickname. I love this book. Here Come the Girl Scouts by Shayna Corey, illustrated by Hadley Hooper. And there's a quote by Juliette Lowe on every page. The amazing, all-true story of Juliette Daisy Gordon Lowe and her great adventure. Daisy was a girl with gumption.
Gumption. Courage. Spunk. Initiative. Wit. To make yourself strong and healthy, it is necessary to begin with your inside. Strong and healthy, it is necessary to begin with your inside.
Daisy grew up in Savannah, Georgia. I'll show you where that is. Right here on the coast of the state of Georgia. That's where the first Girl Scouts were. She grew up at a time when proper young ladies were supposed to be dainty and delicate. But this is what she said. It is possible for any girl to make herself into a strong and healthy woman if she takes the trouble to do a few body exercises every day. But Daisy came from a family of pathfinders and pioneers. She wanted adventure and excitement. Delicate, thought Daisy. Bosh, how boring.
It is possible for any girl to make herself into a strong and healthy woman even if she takes the trouble to do a few body exercises each day.
When Daisy grew up, she went traveling, ready for adventure. But on a visit home, she got an ear infection and lost almost all of her hearing. Daisy didn't let an obstacle stop her from seeing the world, though. Her mother worried, so Daisy wrote a postcard and reassured her. Progress, Daisy's hearing. February 1st, heard a foghorn. March 1st, hearing improved, heard a camel when it rose. April 1st, hearing decidedly improved, heard grass growing.
Welcome all obstacles as it is only by meeting with difficulties that you can know how to overcome them and be prepared for others in the future.
Daisy had adventure after adventure. When she wanted a new gate for her house, she took lessons from a blacksmith and forged it herself. She rode elephants in India, visited the Great Pyramid in Egypt, went fishing during fancy dinner parties, and even flew in a monoplane. A delicious experience, she said.
Every time you show courage, it grows.
After many years, though, Daisy grew restless. Her family had settled towns and served in wars, written books and built railroads. But Daisy wanted more than adventure. She wanted to be useful, to make a difference in the world. But what could she do? Then one day, Daisy discovered a group in England called the Boy Scouts. It had begun as a way for boys to help serve their country, and the Boy Scouts spent lots of time outdoors, running and camping and swimming and fishing. There was even a sister group called the Girl Guides. The more Daisy learned, the more excited she grew. Why, the girls in America should have something like this, Daisy thought.
Many of the greatest movements for the good of people and those which have influenced the world most have been the work of one person.
Daisy couldn't wait to get started. She packed a Girl Guide handbook and took a steamer back home. When she arrived, she telephoned her cousin Nina. Come right over, she said. I've got something for the girls of Savannah and all America and all the world, and we're going to start it tonight.
The work of today is the history of tomorrow, and we are its makers. Getting right down and smelling the fresh soil is good for anyone. Whatever you take up, do it with all your might.
On March 12, 1912, Daisy began her biggest adventure yet. She invited 18 girls to the first Girl Scout meeting. She told them about all the adventures they would have.
Getting right down and smelling the fresh soil is good for anyone.
From then on, Daisy devoted all her energy to the Girl Scouts. She designed uniforms for them to wear. She gave them her carriage house to meet in. She turned the vacant lot across the street from her house into a basketball court. She even gave the Girl Scouts a boat so they could take trips up and down the river.
Whatever you take up, do it with all your might.
Daisy wanted the Girl Scouts to be open to lots of different girls, so she organized troops in private schools and in orphanages, in churches and in synagogues, in factories and in shops. Of course, some people did not approve of Daisy's new adventure. "Here come the Girl Scouts," they grumbled. "Unthinkable, preposterous." But nothing would stop Daisy. Daisy and her friend, Professor Walter Hoxie, worked together to write a handbook for the Girl Scouts. The girls read the book and learned all sorts of interesting things, such as how to cure hams, how to find the time by the stars or by the sun, how to secure a burglar with 8 inches of cord, how to stop a runaway horse, how to brush your teeth if a crocodile takes your toothbrush, how to get the skin off a sardine.
Waste of time is the worst of waste. We can never get those moments back again.
The Girl Scouts worked on earning badges: Dairy Maid, Naturalist, Horsemanship, Pioneer, Swimmer, Interpreter, Cyclist, Flyer.
You will not have any luck unless you try hard.
The Girl Scouts went camping. They took an oyster boat to an island near Savannah. They sang songs around the campfire. They feasted on fish and cornbread and turtle eggs. At night, they tiptoed out of their tents and slept under the stars.
To get the full benefit of actual contact with nature, it is absolutely necessary to camp out, where every breath of heaven can reach you and all wild things are within easy reach.
Most of all, the Girl Scouts went on walks. They savored the green. They soaked up the sunshine. They breathed in the good, fresh air.
In this United States of ours, we have cut down too many trees, so let us plant trees.
All over Savannah, people saw the Girl Scouts swimming and singing, hiking and camping and playing basketball. Some of them just sniffed and shook their heads. "Nature, fresh air." "Bleh," said one dainty damsel. "In my day, young ladies knew their place," grouched a grandmamma. "All that exercise can't be good for them," worried the neighbors. Other people saw them, though, and cheered, "Here come the Girl Scouts." They hugged their daughters and smiled and said, "It's about time."
When mean girls want you to join in some low fun when you think it's not right, be brave and have courage to say it isn't right. You'll feel twice as happy afterwards.
Daisy traveled all over giving speeches and raising money for the Girl Scouts. Many people who heard her started their own troops. Soon there were Girl Scouts across the country.
The world looks to great organizations like the Girl Scouts to break down petty barriers of race and class.
But Daisy never forgot the Girl Scouts of Savannah. Whenever she wasn't traveling, she visited them and told them about her adventures. She shared stories of female doctors and scientists, architects, and airplane pilots, and she read to them from the Girl Scout Handbook. One of you may someday alter the lives of hundreds and thousands of people. Daisy believed that girls could do anything.
To get on in the world, to give anything and to get anything out of it, each girl has got to do her part. Every little girl needs...
And she was right. Girl Scouts have been making a difference ever since, just like Daisy. Rebecca Lobo, athlete. Natalie Merchant, musician. Gloria Steinem, activist. Hillary Clinton, politician. Lisa Ling, journalist. Lucille Ball, actor. Rita Dove, poet.
girl goes to make up some part or parcel of our great whole nation.
Okay, guys, so thanks for listening to our book. We invite you to make any kind of homemade daisy with stuff you have at home. Ellie did this cool one, and come up with an idea and post it. And also, we want to remind you, every day when you're at home, do a good turn daily. Learn something new every day, and make something, like a craft, or Ellie's cooking dinner tonight. You make something at home. And we wanted to give you these podcast recommendations, some of our favorites. Ellie snuck in here Smash Boom Best, which is a cool debate podcast for kids too. And tomorrow, we hope you'll join us. We're going to read about Helen Keller tomorrow. And before we go, Ellie, let's show them that fun hand rhyme. Some little game, and if you have another hand game you want to do, post it and teach it to us, or maybe a jump rope rhyme, something fun to do at home. This is one from one of our favorite books. The Daring Book for Girls has all kinds of games and ideas in it too. This one goes, a sailor went to sea to see what she could see, but all that she could see was the bottom of the deep blue sea. Faster. A sailor went to sea to see what she could see, but all that she could